Hey guys, Akil Stokes here, back again for another video. Today we're going to be on the dollar yen, and we're looking for another bullish breakout opportunity. So you see my red line is drawn right here. This red line represents our previous important level of structure. And while we're out here on the daily, I'm going to draw in another red line. Right here is our next structure zone. So you can see the zone starting at the bottom right here. There's a little bit of a structure swap where price goes from resistance, 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 breaks above it, becomes support, support, support. And then really the top here of this consolidation zone. You can see this big red candle right here. I call those elephant candles because they stand out like an elephant in the room. The consolidation period before that breakout is always going to be an important level. So we want to keep that on our radar as well. So let's shift back to reality. And you'll see what has recently happened today is we've broken and closed. Again, we haven't closed yet on the daily, but we've broken and closed on the lower time frame, the 4 hour, above that level. We're working on that close. So I keep saying broken and closed. I'm anticipating it, but we always want to wait until the candle actually closes for confirmation. So I'm a few hours ahead of myself here, but we always want to wait for confirmation. But let's assume we do get a break and close above. Well, this allows us to go to the next part in my IPDE process, right? The way that I trade, the way that I teach traders is to really, have a systematic approach where it's just like coding, where it's like if then, if then, if then, step one, arrow, step two, arrow, step three, arrow. So we're looking for very specific things. Once those specific things are fulfilled, then we move on to the next thing. So the IPDE process works very similar: identify, predict, decide, execute, where I want to identify what price is doing. A higher high, higher close, a break above, close above would be identifying what's happening on the chart. Based on that identification, once it closes, boom, check the box, follow the arrow. Now I go on to the prediction phase. And I know that if I have a higher high, higher close, right, I can have this box and this box, depending on which one I do. If I have a higher high, higher close, that allows me to predict a move higher, right? Then I have my move higher. The next question I want to ask myself is, if we have a move higher, then where is that move higher likely to go to? And lo and behold, we actually already did that analysis by the lines in the zone that I drew up here. So by this point, I know what side of the market I want to be on. I know what type of trader I want to be. So I eliminate any confusion, right? A lot of you guys, let me know if you've been here before. You can put it in the comment section below so other traders don't feel lonely. But let me know if you've ever looked at a chart and you've kind of been halfway bullish, halfway bearish, right? You see so many things. You're like, oh, I can be bullish doing this. Oh, no, I can be bearish doing that. Maybe it happens when you go from one time frame to another. Well, that's extremely distracting as a trader, and it's not really good for your confidence either. So one of the first things we want to do when we analyze a chart is we want to have a clear directional prediction. That way we can lock in on that side of the market and commit 100% of our focus to that trading idea. So now that I know that I can identify a higher high, higher close, I could predict a move higher. The question is, how do I want to get involved? And there's many ways to do this. We spoke this morning about establishing your position prior to the breakout. My personal style is a pullback trader. You've seen that in some of the past videos. So what I'm waiting for is a pullback into our previous level of resistance that was broken, and that should now act as support and then a chance to continue higher. Now, what I want to do here, right, because you can trade this on multiple time frames. I'm on the 4 hour right now, but let's say you're on an hourly chart. And let's say maybe you're someone that has a 9 to 5. You don't really have the chance to kind of look at your computer 24/7. Not that you would want to do that. What you would want to do here is set an alert, right? We know the zone in which you're looking for that pullback to happen. The zone starts right here at the previous structure high. You see it's 142.36. So go over to the right-hand side of your toolbar here. Sorry, click this. Go to your little alert thing here, this little clock. Hit plus, go to alerts and just say, hey, price crossing, what was this, 142.37, enter 142.37, or obviously, if there's a different zone that you have on your radar, enter that zone as well. Probably only once. You don't want it bugging you every time. No expiration on this, right? But set an alert here, and you can name it if you want, dollar, yen, pullback trade, do whatever you want down here. But set an alert for yourself. That way if price, or if price, I'm going to say when, but we never know if it's going to happen. If price gets to that level, you get an alert and you know, hey, now I need to pay attention. Because at this point right now, we don't necessarily need to pay attention to price action, right? If I know that my style of trading is I need a pullback, there's nothing I can do right now. So I just have to wait. And I can be waiting a couple hours, I can be waiting a couple days. Who knows, right? At this point, it needs to be on my radar, but I don't need to be investing a lot of attention. I just need to wait until the next phase. First was the breakout phase, waiting for that consolidation to happen and waiting for the ultimate breakout. Now we're waiting for the correction phase or the pullback phase for price action to come down here, right? So set an alert, put whatever notification you want on, email, text message, whatever you want, and put that on your screen. And then what will happen is you don't have to invest time in this opportunity until price gets to that level. When price gets to that level, you'll be alerted, and now you can go to the next phase, which is looking for your reason for entry. So a lot of people, I bring this up because I was having a conversation today with a newer trader, and he was asking, how much time do I need to invest in the market? These are my hours. I have this job. I do have times where I can sneak away, but I can't sit there with a chart on my screen. And I said, well, that's one of the myths out there about trading, is kind of like time for money. Like, you don't necessarily need to be at your screen the entire time. You can be a really good trader by putting aside a set period of time, let's say in the morning before you go to work, to do your pre-market analysis, setting your alerts, having your ideas, writing it down, either literally or digitally, whatever you want to do it. And then once those alerts go off, then revisit those trades. And the cool thing is this, right? Once that alert goes off, it just means that price has hit that zone. It doesn't mean that you have to enter that trade right now. Depending on what your entry reason is, you still may have a few more hours to pay to watch it before you can get involved. So for example, if I'm going to be a higher high, higher close trader, for example, I need this to happen. I need price to come down to the zone. Then once price comes down to that zone, I'll probably need about 2 more bars to be creative before I can get involved, right? I need a bar like this, maybe it's a little pin bar, got a little tail on it, probing this level. That would be good. Again, just drawing out whatever examples here. And then I need a higher high, higher close like that for my entry. So even after I get to this level, I still have to wait 2 more hours, which gives me plenty of time to do the rest about, target, stops, risk reward, all of that fun stuff. So give it a try if you're someone that is struggling with time or struggling with being organized or something like that. But good opportunity here on dollar yen. We'll probably follow up on this opportunity as we head into the weekend video, if it's still available. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. I do read and respond to each and every one. If you ever have any ideas, say, hey, Akil, can you take a look at this? Shoot it to me. I won't always do a video on them, but if there is something juicy there worth talking about, then I will. And any other way you can support, hit that like button, subscribe, whatever it is you need to do. I appreciate that as well. All right. Hope you guys have a good weekend. And until next time, plan your trade, trade your plan. Take care.